Hi, and welcome to the LesParis.com podcast. I'm Les. This podcast is a short daily monologue that you can listen to. Use it to practice listening to English. Use it to stimulate ideas. Use it for BGM.
Hello and welcome to the Les Paris podcast. You're about to join me on episode 189 today. Yesterday in episode 188, I talked about buttons. And today, in episode 189, you can listen about cows. Cows. Do you give much thought to cows? Well, actually, some people do these days. There's a growing number of people who are very, very upset about cows. What I mean is, they want to eat beef and they want to eat more. Or they don't want to eat beef and they don't want you to eat beef. Because of the climate change, there's a lot of people who are saying eating beef is bad for the climate and we should eat less. But there's also a lot of people who are saying, no, beef is not bad for the climate. It's great for us and I want to eat more. So it's kind of controversial. How about raising cows? Well, that's something that most people don't get close to. Farmers raise cows, and that's not very many people. And we don't go out and see how they raise the cows or what they do. But I visited a cow farmer once, and he had all the cows in one pen. But then I looked over and there was another pen with one cow. And I said, why is that cow over there? Is it sick? And he said, no. That's our cow. And I said, why is your cow separate from the others? Why isn't one cow just as good as the next? And he said, no, our cow gets separate feed. What he meant was he didn't put hormones into his cow. Farmers feed hormones to the cows to make them grow big and fat, and then they get more money for each cow. Those hormones are in the cows, and I don't know about you, but that farmer thought he didn't want to be eating those hormones or feeding them to his children. So maybe you should think twice before you go out and eat the next chunk of beef or beef hamburger. There might be hormones in it that could be affecting you. There's another thing about cows that I thought was quite interesting. I remember watching the Cars video, and they had some cartoon car characters going in and tipping some of the tractors. That comes from a practice called cow tipping. I don't know what cow tipping is. When I grew up in Saskatchewan, I was around grain farms. I never was close to cow farms, but I hear that you can sneak in and catch a cow when it's sleeping, standing up, and you can push it over. And that's called cow tipping. But I don't know very well. You might want to do a little search about cow tipping, just for fun. Well, thank you for listening through to the end of episode 189 today on the Les Paris podcast. Today's episode was all about cows, but it wasn't really all about cows. There's a lot more we could say. However, we're finished with cows, and please come again tomorrow in episode 190 when I talk about silicon chips.